Welcome in to the Hump Day edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, it's October 25th. Glad you're here. We're going to play today. You ready to play a little bit? You want to play with this chart? Because there are no exact aspects, and we've laid the groundwork well for whatever else is going on up there. And yes, still in Lord Jupiter. Oh, I'm going to be here probably for the rest of the week. The tree colors are just beautiful, and I had been pushing hard, over the last couple of weeks. So this was earned, deserved, and planned. So we'll just stay right here. So a couple of things that we can play with today, and one is something we don't talk about on here too much, so we'll introduce the Vertex here in just a second. But the last aspect of the moon today is a conjunction with Neptune, and that's at 10:22 p.m. tonight Eastern. So back that up in your own time zone and get an idea of when that is relative to where you are. That's your heightened awareness point of this whole aspect. Neptune is at 25 degrees and about a quarter in Pisces. So this is toward the tail end, the mature part of Pisces. And as far as the decanate is concerned, is the one that is ruled by none other than Scorpio. Did we say yesterday this was going to be deep? So look, Pisces ruled by Neptune, the mythological ruler of the sea, the depths of the deepest waters that we can go into. To me, the ultimate part of our connection with true, honest spirituality, that side of Neptune. I mean, I have the sun on Neptune, right? You guys know about Mars-Tune. The sun, Mars, and Neptune in my chart are all on the same degree in Scorpio. When I was 3 years old, I can remember wanting to make a spiritual commitment to God. That was the sun and Neptune. I just didn't know it. And bless their hearts, my parents, didn't think much of astrology. So I never would have gotten that from home, but I sure did get it when I was about, 60-something years old. Why wait? You parents teach your kids this stuff. Oh, it's so important. But that's the idea going on here, is just this deep desire for a spiritual connection. And there's always the other side of the coin. And as you look at the other side of Mars-Tune, you could have a criminal, and certainly a liar, and a cheater, and possibly a rapist. Fortunately, I think I had enough stored up karma that it prevailed on the high side even through my darker years. But don't wait to teach your kids this stuff, because boy, do I wish I had understood that, and I never would have learned it at home. And fortunately, that dogma is really shifting in our world today, and I think even in the churches, they're starting to recognize that this is valid, acceptable, and not of the devil, especially if you don't bring that into it. And just like we talked about yesterday, for you, this could be Lord of the sea and Lord of the deep and Lord of the underworld from the standpoint of going down into and searching for those deepest pockets. And the peak of this will be tonight Eastern. But a lot of grace to the collective, because there could also be that strong desire to mask and escape and check out and deceive. Now, I want to move on to this other aspect that we can play with a little bit here, because Jupiter, as you know, is in Taurus, and so is Uranus, and they are moving closer together. In fact, we're getting into that range now where we could call it, by orb of 10 degrees, a conjunction. So we could be talking about now over this time between when it finally catches up with Uranus in April of next year. But in between them today is the vertex point. Now, this is a subtle little point on the chart that is an intersection point, and you can look it up. You can probably add it on the charting software that you're using, even the free ones if you're on astro.com or astro-seek.com, one of those. But it's sitting right in between Jupiter and Uranus. And here's the way to think about the vertex, and this is why I wanted to point it out today, because I think it's really cool. I mean, you could certainly play with it. That it's a point of destined fate, if you will. It's something in your life is supposed to happen. And I know, look, we could get into an endless discussion of fate versus free will and choice versus that things are being acted upon. But you have Jupiter, the great benefic, and still is in that trine, even though it's waning, it's separating, it is still in a trine with the other benefic, Venus, and the planet of surprises. So you A-team players have the opportunity here to explore what might be fated, if you will, or just supposed to come into your life during this time. Maybe it's a surprise. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's relationship. Maybe it's more harmony and balance in your life. But make it big, because Jupiter is expanding, and say to the universe, gently surprise me in wonderful ways. How long do you have with this aspect in place? Well, the Vertex catches up with Uranus on Saturday and then starts to pull away. So you can run this through the weekend for sure. But I just noticed today it's right in the middle, so it's at a midpoint. So that's amplified from all of the above energies. And of course, Venus is pulling on out of this aspect. So this is a catch it now kind of thing. I mean, why would you wait if you've got a great opportunity for that? Wow, cash the check. Throw it out there. Use your meditation this morning to just play with that. I think it'll be fun. All right, you guys, have a great day. I love you so much. I'll see you back tomorrow.